Welcome back to Podium Pop. My name is Celine, and I'm here with my co-host, Gracie. We have a very fun episode for you today. We went to the Sonsio Grand Prix yesterday, so we'll be talking all about our weekend there. Before we get started, make sure you go follow us on social media. We posted so much from the track yesterday, a lot of fun content. We have some clips of our interview that's coming out later this week with Jack Beaton, which is super fun. So make sure you go follow us on social media. We post on TikTok, on Instagram, and we post our episodes weekly on Spotify and on YouTube. Should we go ahead and pop the bottle? Let's get into today's episode.
Let's do it. What is the Sonsio Grand Prix?
Sonsio Grand Prix. It has a lot of names. Sonsio Grand Prix, Indy Road Course, Indy GP.
Yeah.
I don't know what most people call it.
I feel like I heard Indy GP a lot.
Yeah, but I feel like I heard that more this year than any past years.
Me too.
So I feel like maybe that name is kind of getting more popular, maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
But it is basically the first race of the month of May.
Yeah.
And it is a much smaller, less crowded race to go to in May if you are interested. It already happened, so you'll have to wait till next year.
It did happen to pass.
It happened yesterday, actually. But it's just the road course at IMS. So the same place that the Indy 500 happens. Instead of it being the oval, it's the road course, and it's just a much chiller vibe.
It is much chiller, but we talked about this a lot yesterday. There was a great crowd.
Great crowd. And so Indy Road Course was our very first IndyCar race back in 2024. And our second IndyCar race in 2024 was the Indy 500.
Yeah.
Culture shock, let me tell you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Both of them amazing, but in very different ways. But the amount of people that were there in 2024 versus the amount of people that were there last year versus the amount of people that were there this year, crazy difference.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And even last year, in 2024, we didn't really go to the infield at all. Like, we went to our seats in our bleachers. We stayed there pretty much all day.
No, I felt like I didn't
explore.
Yeah, I also felt like at the beginning I didn't understand that you could go in there.
Yeah.
You know what
we didn't know what we were doing.
I had no clue what I was doing.
Yeah, and so we sat in our grandstand the whole time, but the whole time we were like, wow, there's really not that many people down here. And we had
still at turn 1.
Yeah, we were at turn 1. We had great seats.
Yeah, it was great.
But there was no one near us. We had a whole row to ourselves. There may be people farther down, but there was no one around us. And even when we went and lined up to go onto the grid afterwards, there were maybe I feel like no more than 100 people on the grid with us.
So I feel like there were more than 100.
It doesn't feel like it. 100 it wasn't a lot.
No, it wasn't a lot, but
we got front row by accident.
Yeah, we did.
So because we didn't even know that we could see the podium from the track. We were just kind of walking around. But this year it was packed full of people.
Yeah, there were a lot of people.
There were a lot of people in GA. There were a lot of people in the flex grandstands. There were a lot of people on the reserved seats. There's so many people in the fan zones walking around. And it's just exciting to see.
It is really exciting to see. Speaking of fan zones, can we talk about the merch for a second?
Oh, yeah. We had
IndyCar.
We got into some trouble.
Stepped up their merch. Their IndyCar and IMS specific merch. So good. They had the trendy Razorback tank tops. They had a set that was checkered, the boxer shorts, and it had IndyCar on it with it, and it was a set and it came with a shirt too. So cute. They had a cute sweater. I regret not buying it. Don't want to talk about it right now. Hopefully it's there next weekend still. But they really have stepped up their merch, and I love it. It's so good. I feel like sometimes the past years I've been that's not my personal favorite.
Right.
And I know the new, if you want trendier stuff, if you will, it's not gonna be everybody's favorite, but I feel like there were a lot of people in there, a lot of shoppers. It was great.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's because in the past years it's always been very geared towards men.
Yeah,
and then they had some women cut shirts.
Yes.
But it's
women cut shirts that women actually don't want to wear, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't want a V-neck that is cropped all weird.
Yeah. But now that they're getting more like women fans, thankfully they're adjusting the merch accordingly. And they had like Under Armour, they had Lululemon in there. It was just really, really well done.
Very well done.
Another thing is they had so many more like team t-shirts, like not even team t-shirts, but driver t-shirts. Like I feel like before they only had like the jerseys or like Penske merch or like a Penske t-shirt or an Andretti t-shirt or a Chip Ganassi t-shirt, but now they have like an Alex Palou t-shirt, they have a Graham Rahal t-shirt, like specific to the driver, versus so that you can get something with your driver on it that's not just the $100 and something jersey. So
I also feel like that's like the drivers and their teams too, like figuring out like how Andretti this year has a truck with their own merch in it. First of all, that Kyle Kirkwood t-shirt, you will be
the mine. It's yellow Kyle Kirkwood t-shirt,
King of the Streets.
I'm so obsessed. Me and Gracie want it so bad. And it's yellow. Okay,
Celine's cat nudged the camera.
Stop, please. Anyways,
we had a guest.
Great merch.
Yeah, so good.
Keep up. When we go back, we're going back this weekend for Sunday qualifying. Whenever we go back, we will I kind of want to make a video being like all of my like favorite things in the IndyCar merch shop. So you'll see some of our favorites in that video.
The Indy GP had some great racing action this weekend, but we got to talk about the push to pass of it all.
Let's get to let's get down to the P2P.
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 Not to be confused with B2B, back to back. But we did have B2B, P2P days of drama. That was tough.
That's really good, actually. Good job.
Thank you so much.
B2B, P2P drama.
Back to back, push to pass. Oh, nope. I ruined it.
Back to back, push to pass drama.
Days of drama.
Days of drama. Yeah. So, I'm sure if you're an IndyCar fan, you've seen this, but in the press conference, should
we talk about Long Beach?
Yeah. Give the backstory.
Okay, so at Long Beach on one of the restarts, an IndyCar issue is that push to pass was enabled, and on restarts previously, push to pass was not allowed to be used, but push to pass was enabled. So some drivers said, "Don't mind if I do.
Let me push it."
And
including Graham Rahal, who had it pushed for 0.0 seconds.
Including Graham Rahal.
And that's impressive.
No, literally. Wait, how did he do that?
It literally would have been like a did it.
Crazy reactions.
Yeah.
So then it became like a whole thing, the push to pass of it all. Drivers were upset. Obviously, like some fans were upset too. People like Joseph Newgarden fans. Pretty upset. I think it's valid.
Yeah, for them to be upset about that.
Absolutely. So it's kind of been a thing, and then everybody's like, we want to see the push to pass numbers. We want to see what's going on. So we saw
at first we didn't even get the names.
No, that's
we
true.
Didn't get the names.
We had no clue
we don't know who it. We just knew 12 drivers did it.
Yes.
We didn't know the names. We didn't know how long they used it. They told us that the push to pass didn't basically affect the standings at all, because anyone that had push to pass didn't do any overtake on someone that also wasn't using push to pass.
Yeah.
But we still wanted to be like, we still want to know who, and we still wanted to know what. We just wanted the information.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so their IndyCar, the messy bitches that they are, said, here's the list.
No, here's the list. At first, didn't we know that Marcus Armstrong and somebody else used it? Didn't we find out those two names first?
Yeah, but I don't know how.
I forget that too. So then, yes, we did get the names released. We got how many seconds they used it for, and honestly, I've just been kind of loving the drama of it all.
It's just so poetic that it's happening during the month of May.
It is very poetic that it's happening.
Like Long Beach happened, and they're like, just wait a little bit to tell everyone, let's bring this back up in May. This is good.
Actually, we have the perfect time to do this.
Yeah.
So then IndyCar did announce that officially on restarts, push to pass will be allowed to be used during restarts.
Yep, basically during the whole race.
Yeah.
There's no time that push to pass is not allowed to be used. And it's caused quite a stir for a couple different reasons. One, because people are like, why are you changing the rule just because people broke the rule?
Yeah.
Two, it's really vague.
Yeah.
And the wording of the rule leaves a lot of margin for error.
For sure. There's a big gray area. Yeah.
especially the drivers were all obviously through the press conference, all interpreting it very different ways, which is hilarious. So the press conference happened.
Yeah.
We're good?
Yep.
The press conference happened. And someone brings it up, and it just lets out like a can of worms. And I wasn't there, but I was watching it, and I literally, my head was like whipping back and forth because it was Alex, Pato, David was there, but he wasn't really involved in the conversation. He was like, Christian was there, but I didn't even know Christian was there until I saw another
I didn't
video.
realize Christian was
he
there.
was sitting quiet in the corner.
So was Kyle.
Yeah. No, Kyle was involved.
Yeah, Kyle was involved.
Kyle was instigating. Kyle was loving it.
Somebody, before we get into it, somebody commented and said, you got Pillow and Award arguing about it. And then you got the two giggle shits in the middle. Referring to Kyle and David Malukas.
No, and I will say, like, David was like giggling and he was saying, yeah, David
really didn't say much.
Kyle was absolutely trying to like egg them on.
You could see it in his face too. Like he thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. So, and I would say that Kyle was definitely involved in the discussions, but it was mostly Pato and Alex.
Yeah.
But they were basically like talking about the different interpretations of the rule. So, a couple of different like ways that it can be interpreted is, well, before even the rule came out, they were talking about like, why did you push it? Who did you like? And Kyle was talking, basically saying like, you all must have like an indicator on your car saying when push to pass is and isn't enabled, because he was like, I didn't even know that it was enabled. Mm-hmm. My car doesn't tell me that when it's enabled. No one told me it was enabled. Versus Pato was like, oh, they told me, and I just didn't use it because I know it was against the rules. Like, Pato was such like a goody two-shoe in this situation. Kyle was like, I didn't even know it was happening. I didn't know any of that was going on. And Alex was like, I just push it all the time. I push it on every restart. I push it constantly, just in case. And everyone was like, what?
It's so funny.
Alex was like, yeah, I was just pushing it. I don't know. I didn't know it was enabled. I just pushed it.
Why shouldn't I?
It's not my fault that IndyCar messed up. And like, he's valid for those statements.
He is valid for those statements.
It's not my fault that IndyCar messed up. Why am I being blamed for it? And it was just so much drama. And like, it was funny. Nothing really got resolved from it other than the fact that the rule is really great with interpretation, because it's basically like, okay, push to pass is going to be enabled the whole time, but are they able to use it the whole time? Are they allowed to use it on the restarts? Yes or no? Like, it's going to be on, but like, is it the driver's responsibility to know when it is and isn't enabled? Is it the team's responsibility? Who's responsible for this? It's hilarious. You should go watch the press conference.
And at first, like, I was like, oh gosh, I don't think I can watch this like fighting. Like, I get like I wouldn't say like secondhand embarrassment, because I mean, I do get that, but I don't think that was like secondhand embarrassment. But I was just like, I don't know if I can watch this. Like, I don't know. And then I clicked and started watching, and I was like, no, I'm glad I did. This is hilarious.
It's good. It's good.
It's so funny.
And even Kyle, like, again, he was just instigating. He's like, if I knew it was on, I would have pushed it too. Like, I don't blame you, Alex, but just saying, I didn't know.
Yeah.
So that was funny. And then the we're skipping ahead a little bit, but just focusing on the press conference. The post qualifying happens the second day. And the discussions just continue, and it's between Alex Pillow and Pato Award again, and they're right next to each other this time, and it just continues basically, and it continues more so in the way that's like they're just like talking through it, and it's just once again like Pato's like, well, why would you push it if you knew it was against the rules? Like, I kept like pushing this narrative, pushing this point, and Alex, I'll never forget, like, first of all, I told this to Gracie.
Yes.
The video, and I watched the video that Marshall Pruitt posted, but I'm sure plenty of media people posted the video. But in the Marshall Pruitt video, like, it literally like sounds like the media room, like all of the journalists. It sounds like there's like a laugh track, because like one of them would say something, and like it would like on cue, everyone in the media room was like, ha 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 ha, like, or like they would say something and they'll be like, ooh, like. It's so funny, and I just think that it's so funny that like media, like IndyCar media, is like kind of like, it's like serious, but it's also like a little unserious. Where like they all know each other, they go to all the races, everyone's familiar with each other, everyone's comfortable with each other. That it's like, it's just funny to watch.
Like the drivers aren't like, what the fuck are you laughing for?
Right? Like they're like, oh, they're giggling again.
No, yeah.
But at one point, Alex goes, basically like he's like, it's different. because we didn't do it on purpose. IndyCar did it. My team didn't do it. Other people that did in the past, referring to Joseph Newgarden and probably other people at Penske, other people that did in the past, they knew that they were cheating. And everyone was like, oh, okay.
Two sides of the coin?
Yeah. So I think it's, it's just hilarious. I don't even have like a side that I'm firmly on.
No, I don't either. I think it's all funny.
I think it's all funny. And I think that the people that were like rooting on Penske getting disqualified or in trouble for it basically last year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't think that Chip Ganassi, like Penske did do it on purpose.
Yeah.
They had to modify the car. They had to, or that's a different thing. That was the Indy 500 stuff. But they had to go out of their way to do it, to break the rule. Mm-hmm. It truly was an accident on IndyCar side. But at the end of the day, Alex Palou knew the rules.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who's to say that, like, I'm going to be honest, I would be pushing the button all the time too.
Yeah, and like I think it'd be like a habit. Like I'm just pushing it regardless.
No, for sure.
But and that's what even Kyle was like, if I knew, I would have done it.
Yeah.
Like, Kyle, maybe you should start pushing just in case.
Go ahead, honey.
Maybe you'll catch them out. It worked in favor for them. Again, there's no like reprimands because no one gained a place from it. Imagine if someone did gain a place from it though, it would be like a whole nother like issue.
Yeah.
Because then it would be like, okay, like what do we do now? Because then it truly is IndyCar basically messed up the race results.
Yeah.
And made all of the race results kind of invalid. And it's IndyCar's fault.
Yeah, it is.
But some could argue that it was the driver's fault for pushing the button. So that would be a whole nother issue.
Yeah.
So thank goodness, in this case, thank goodness that it didn't affect the standings at all. But it's just funny.
Yeah, it is funny.
It's just a hilarious little thing that's going on. And I'm sure the conversations will continue because at least as of the qualifying press conference on Saturday morning, obviously people were still pretty heated about it. So we'll see.
Yep.
See what happens. Yeah.
I did just kind of realize something.
Yeah.
We have been telling everybody that we're not going to the Indy 500.
Oh, yeah.
But
sorry.
Our plans have changed.
Our plans have changed and we're going.
We're going to the Indy 500 and we will be there for, like you just said, qualifying on Sunday.
Yes. Yep. So we'll be there Sunday and then we'll be there Carb Day, Legends Day, and then race day.
Yeah.
For the Indy 500.
You were talking and then it finally hit me. I was like, wow, every time we've come on here, we've been like, man, we're sad we're not going to the 500.
Yeah. I mean, who's shocked though? Who's shocked that we are changing our minds and going to races last minute? It's kind of on brand for us.
Well, yeah. And you get the opportunity, you're going to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When opportunity comes a knock and Podium Pop answers the door,
we come rocking.
Yeah,
we do.
Yep.
Yeah, in a pretty big way.
Yep.
Okay. Should we touch a little bit on some Indy next?
I would love to.
Yeah, absolutely. Great Indy next weekend.
And also as big HMD girlies.
Absolutely.
Fantastic weekend for us.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll quickly just run through basically some of the stuff.
Please.
Practice session. This is the first time that a lot of the rookies are doing the road course at IMS. Oh, yeah. Some of them have done testing, but a lot of the testing's been on the oval. But this is the first time a lot of them are doing the road course. And there are a lot of rookies at Indy NXT this year.
That's a lot.
So their one and only practice session, it was kind of chaotic. A lot of the drivers were using it as an opportunity just to learn the track. A lot of them were taking like the runoffs just to like make sure they knew where they were basically and get comfortable with them.
Yeah.
They were taking like the exit roads. They were practicing their starts, their restarts. So it was kind of like the results were very sporadic kind of all around. Max Taylor, to no one's shock, he led practice. He's literally led all of the practice sessions for this year.
Crazy.
Max Taylor, I feel like I say his name so much in practice and qualifying recaps, yet he's not the championship leader going into the weekend. It's actually Nikita Johnson, who's also fantastic. So practice session is led by Max Taylor. And then we get qualifying. Qualifying is different for Indy NXT because They basically go out in 2 groups, but they have to qualify for both of the races because there's 2 races happening this weekend. So race 1 was on Friday, race 2 was on Sunday. Alessandro Di Tullio got pole position for race 1, where Max Taylor got pole position like overall, basically the fastest lap over both the qualifying groups.
Yeah.
And got why do I keep saying that?
That's okay.
Got pole position for race 2.
Yeah.
So race 1, Alessandro Di Tullio, he's been on pole so often, and bless his heart, he just cannot keep his pole position. Like it's never his fault. Well, sometimes it is, but like for the most part, it's just an unfortunate situation that happens in some, and it's always like, it feels like always on the start. And that happened again. So race 1, Alessandro Di Tullio is leading the pack going into turn 1. Turn 1 at the Indy Road Course causes drama, whether it's Indy NXT or Indycar.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about it with Indycar, but it's just notably like a really tricky spot every time. Every year there's issues there. So Alessandro Di Tullio locks up on turn 1. He goes wide. He basically loses his lead. And there's some other contact made, like Miles Rowe is involved. It's chaos. It shakes up the grid. Very similar to what happens in the IndyCar race.
Yeah, absolutely.
It shakes up the grid and essentially causes Alessandro Di Tullio, he's nowhere near the front. Another thing that happens just very quickly into the race is around, I think it was lap 10, rain starts. We knew the rain was coming. Everyone talked about it. It was a huge thing. The rain starts, and because Indy NXT, they don't do pit stops during their races because they're all pretty short races compared to like IndyCar. They don't do pit stops during the race. But because they needed to, like everyone needed to do a pit stop to basically put on new tires that were okay to race on in the rain, they did a controlled pit stop. So everyone pulled into the pits. The teams had 5 minutes to change their tires over, and then they would do a restart. On the restart, Lockie Hughes, great restart. Immediately jumped up to the front and built up a bit of a gap. And then behind him was Max Taylor and then Enzo Fittipaldi. Max Taylor must have been having some type of issue with his car. I don't know what exactly was going on, but after the restart, he just could not get the car under control. Enzo Fittipaldi quickly overtook him. He continued to kind of drop back after that. But then it was Enzo and Lockie for the last couple of laps, or I guess minutes, because for some reason, and I didn't know why this happened, I just noticed it. No one really talked about it.
Yeah.
But after the controlled pit stop, like before it was like measuring the race by laps. After the controlled pit stop, it was measuring it by minutes. Like it was counting down the minutes to it. So about 6 minutes left. Then Enzo overtook Lockie for the lead. Woo! And then with about 2 minutes left, there was a yellow flag that came out because someone, I don't even remember who, I think it was Bryce Aaron, he lost power on a really really tricky spot of the grid. They yellow flagged it. They eventually ended the race. Enzo won.
Yay!
Enzo got his very first win in Indy NXT at IMS. So special.
Yeah, that's so special.
And Pietro was there.
Oh.
And a lot of his family actually was there. So that was really exciting. The only unfortunate part is that we were not there on Friday.
Well, yeah.
We were only there on Saturday, which was, like, I'm excited for him. I was sad. Me and Gracie do have media while we're there. And it was probably, like, a good thing because, like, in the media room, you're supposed to be, like, really, like, you're not supposed to, like, cheer specifically for a certain driver.
You're
like,
a neutral party.
Yeah, you're supposed to stay neutral. If I was in there watching Enzo win, I would have been able to do it. It would have been really hard for me to stay neutral. Yeah. So it's probably a good thing that I was at home.
Let's say, I mean, like for our purposes, we are a neutral. I guess like there are some team members there. We're a neutral party because we're like credited through the track.
Yes. Yeah. So, but it was really exciting. So HMD won. Enzo got the win, and then race 2 also was very chaotic. A lot of shakeups in it. Max Taylor also was not able to convert his pole into a win. He ended up second on the podium. But our guy, our guy Tomek Kucharczyk ended up getting his first Indy NXT win as well, also with the HMD team.
That's like so cool that both races had a different winner. And it was their
both
first
races
win.
had a different winner, first winner, and both HMD drivers.
Yeah.
HMD, it's like powerhouse in Indy NXT. HMD is really good. Andretti's really good. You know, Nikita Johnson, who races with Cape Motorsport, basically partnered with Ed Carpenter Racing, also so good.
Yeah.
But like, they're such talented drivers, and I'm so excited to see if they end up in IndyCar. Like, Tomek is so good. Temek's just consistently like always near the podium. So like you see like Nikita Johnson and Max Taylor. Those are names you hear a lot. Alessandro Di Tullio. They're really, really strong with qualifying, and they are strong with race pace, but they aren't super consistent versus like the HMD drivers like Tomek and Enzo. They're constantly on the podium. They're on the podium often, but they just weren't able to get those like first wins. But I think the most fun thing about it is that we're getting such a variety in race winners for Indy NXT. Last year, like, God bless him, Dennis Hauger completely dominated the season. Like, it was him and Lockie Hughes, basically.
Yeah, for sure.
This year, we're getting so many different race winners. Enzo Fittipaldi, Tomek, Max Taylor, Alessandro Di Tullio, like, all of them. We're getting a variety in who's winning. Nikita Johnson. And I just think that makes it more fun to watch. So if you ever are like, maybe I'll tune into Indy NXT, maybe I'll give it a try, do it.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It's such a good variety, and it's just such good raw racing.
Yeah. I do also remember like when I first became just like a big motorsport fan overall, I was like, how do these people like know these young drivers so well? Like that's how you get in and like know these young drivers like coming up through like even like a bunch of all the series.
Yeah.
Watching the younger series and like their careers and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's fun.
It's so fun. So definitely give it a watch. I wonder when their next race is because they aren't racing in May. Are they in Detroit? Are you sure?
Oh,
because IMSA's there.
Oh, sorry,
so
I thought so.
They race in Detroit. You keep talking. Talk about your interview.
The way we both picked up our phones. Oh yeah, so we went and popped over to HMD and we had a little interview with Jack Beaton. He was fun. He was like so kind too. And I don't know, we just chatted it up. We're gonna release the interview on Wednesday.
He's so young.
Yeah, so young. So
like, they are racing in Detroit.
I thought so.
Oh no, wait, sorry, that was last year. No, they are. They are. Okay, great. Wow, so we're getting because they didn't race in Long Beach when IMSA raced. That's why I just assumed. But yeah, so for Detroit, we're gonna be able to watch IndyCar, Indy NXT, and IMSA.
Oh my god, I'm so happy.
So excited. I was so sad because I'm like, oh, Indy NXT isn't going to be there the 500 weekend. And in Detroit, I get to see all of them and all my friends.
She's talking about real life friends. She's not calling the drivers.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
We will be there with our like real life friends.
With our real life friends. And then we're going to be able to see 3 of my favorite racing series in one weekend.
Crazy. Oh my god, we're gonna be busy.
We're gonna be so busy. Oh god, I'm so excited.
You almost hit me in the face.
Sorry. I couldn't contain my excitement.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm seeing when they race. Okay. Wow, they race on Sunday. Perfect. Amazing. Well, love that for us.
Yeah.
Anything to add on Indy NXT?
No, I was finishing up talking about Jack Beaton interview.
Oh, continue.
Yeah. No, Sorry. It was a lot of fun. He was really nice, really young, like Celine said. It was like we did some like we always do like, you know, the questions. Not really hard hitters, but you know, ask about his time so far and everything. We did some fun questions at the end. We got some funny answers.
We got some really funny answers.
I was giggling a little bit, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. It was good. It was good stuff. My only other thing about Indy NXT is it's so funny because like half the drivers, probably maybe more than half, I don't know, are under 21.
Yeah.
And so on the like podium it was like age appropriate. The commentator was like, and now some age appropriate like celebration or whatever, because they couldn't actually use champagne.
Yeah, it's funny. Jack Beaton also called me old. Indirectly.
Well, he did not call Gracie old. He called Salvador de Alba he called Salvador de Alba old. He's like, just kidding. He's only like 26. And me and Gracie were like, oh my God.
I was gonna make like a joke right then and
Oh
there,
my
but like
God.
I would genuinely would have
You
been
should have
joking,
called him out.
but I wasn't sure if he would have been like,
No, it would have been funny.
I know, I thought about it.
Like, oh yeah, 26.
Yeah,
So
me
old.
being like, I wish I was 26.
No, it's crazy. It's crazy. But it was a really
No.
good interview.
Yeah.
And the HMD team, everybody we've met and everyone we've talked to has been
So kind.
so kind and accommodating. Really, really nice. Really, really welcoming. So yeah, it's just fun.
Mm-hmm. All right.
IndyCar?
Shall we?
Yeah.
Qualifying got rained out.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Everyone was really upset. A lot of the drivers were upset.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the drivers, basically, some drivers that don't have the best car or the fastest car prefer to qualify in the rain and race in the rain because it kind of equalizes things.
Yeah, for sure.
So a lot of the drivers were a little upset that they weren't able to qualify during, like, through the rain, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I personally,
me too,
pretty happy it got rained out, only because we weren't there on Friday. We were only there on Saturday. So because it got pushed to Saturday morning, we were able to watch qualifying in person, which was great. But I do understand, like, some of the drivers being like, what's the point of having these, like, specific tires for rain? What's the point of having this if we're not going to race in the rain, basically?
Yeah. I mean, I will say, like, that storm system was huge.
Yeah.
The storm system was so long. Like, we lived 2 hours away from Indy. It was so long that for us in the morning, it was still raining. Like, when we left to go to Indy on Saturday morning.
Yeah. No, it was huge. And it was, it took, like, because we, like you said, we're 2 hours away. It started raining during the Indy NXT race, and then qualifying was supposed to be right after. But it like, continued to rain heavily. Like, it got heavier, like, even during the podium, like, they were all, like, drenched.
Yeah.
But it was funny because the Indy NXT race ended. Qualifying was, like, at this point, like, still being postponed, but everyone at this point probably knew. And we were, like, doing some last minute errands before we, like, left the next day. We were driving around, and then the rain started happening. I was like, oh, it's the rain from Indy. We're getting the rain from Indy.
We're getting Indy rain.
I said, we're getting Enzo's rain right now. But yeah, I mean, obviously IndyCar made this call to keep the drivers safe.
Yeah.
I wasn't there, so I can't really, like, have an opinion on if it was too heavy to race.
Yeah.
And also, I'm not the one getting in the car. But I think I do think that the results would have been very different for qualifying if they did qualify in the rain.
Yeah, for sure.
Crazy.
So they qualified on Saturday.
Yes.
A lot of we had some names make it to the top 12 from each group. We had like Joseph and Kyle. Louis Foster was doing great. So was Kyle Collette.
Kyle Collette was doing so good.
Yeah. The Fast Six at the end was David Malukas, Paddle Award, Alex Pillow, Louis Foster, Felix Rosenquist.
Was that all six?
I think so.
Good job.
I'm glad I remember that. That was top of my brain.
Yeah. And kind of the same way, like, you did, we filmed recap videos while we were there, which is why I was able to recap the Indy NXT race 1 so well, because I already did a video recapping it. It's on our TikTok. Same with Gracie, like, she already recapped qualifying, so I'm like, girl, take it away. You already did it once. You did well. Do it again.
Thank you.
So good job.
Yeah,
good job remembering those names.
I mean, and literally the whole time that qualifying was happening, it was like, oh, okay, the Plo show is still on.
Yeah.
Firmly on TV. I have not recorded. This is live. Yeah.
And truly everybody walked away from qualifying being like, here we go again.
Yeah.
What's, like, nothing out of the ordinary here. Because Alex Pillow always dominates at this street course, road course. Like, he won the last couple of years. I've only ever seen him win the road course.
Yeah.
So everyone kind of was like, Alex Pillow, pull. Okay.
Yeah. I remember the first year we went, when we were, like, in 2024, we were still, like, slightly new to IndyCar.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember we pulled up how much people still had push to pass, and our friend Ryan was like, oh my god, he has like 150 seconds of push to pass still, and like he was like leading by like a good margin. Where we were like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yeah.
He's so good at that track. But hopping to the race start,
things changed
and things were a little messy.
Yeah. So, like we talked about in the next race, lap 1,
turn 1.
lap 1, turn 1.
Yeah.
always causes a lot of drama.
Sure does.
And it brought us drama once again. Felix Rosenquist, he has a Sirius XM sponsorship, and he always has a musical artist basically sponsor or like represented on his car.
Yeah.
It
does happen to be Morgan Wallen.
It was Morgan Wallen this week, and Morgan Wallen, unfortunate weekend.
Is Morgan Wallen the whole 500?
I really hope not.
I thought it was.
I don't know. I hope not. Oh my god, wait, maybe it is. I hope not.
We're reflecting our own personal opinions on the fact that that is someone we don't like.
We don't like him because he's a bad guy.
Well, yes.
Give
me back to God's country.
Bring back Green Day.
No.
Bring back Green Day. But no, so Morgan Wallen's car in the aspect of Felix Rosenquist's caused some drama on lap one. He got into an accident. It messed up his lap or his race. It messed up Scott Dixon, Kyle Collette.
And Kyle was having such a good weekend too. I felt so bad for him.
That poor guy. Yeah. So and it immediately brought out the flags. Like they had to get the cars together for that.
Yeah.
It was messy. A lot of people went off, and it once again just completely shook up everything.
He spun out Pato.
Oh yeah, yep. He also spun out
That was
Pato.
The big thing, and Pato was starting P2.
Yep. Yeah, and everyone was like, Felix and Pato are best friends, which they are. Pato was in Felix's wedding. They are besties. They drove an Aero McLaren together. Mm-hmm. So even Felix afterwards was like, I felt so bad because of Pato. Felix comes into play later as well. Yeah, his action doesn't stop on lap one. Morgan Wallen. Count your days.
Another thing, like if this is like so. I thought about this yesterday. I've talked about plenty of times how I'm superstitious. If I had a special livery, and I had two separate instances during the race where like one, I had other people spun them off, and then another, like I crashed and was out of the race. I was like, I would be like, get that livery off my car.
No, yeah, like
get that livery off of my car.
If it truly is that he's supposed to have this for the whole month of May, I don't think it is. I think hopefully he'll have a different sponsor for the month of May or for the Indy 500. But if that is the case, I would be like, I can't do this again.
No, yeah,
I can't.
I'm sorry, but no.
Another thing about Felix is he just became a dad a couple days ago. He had his baby this week. Well, his wife had his baby.
Yes. Congrats to her.
Sorry about the Morgan Wallen of it all. So the race continues. Things are shaken up. There was one like moment where Scotty Mac lost some pieces of his car.
Yeah.
And the IndyCar officials were not taking care of it. They were they had to continue driving around it. Multiple times the commentators were like, all right, like any day now they're going to call a flag to get the debris off the track. They just never did. It caused some drivers to have to like literally like it was near an overtake zone or a possible, not a common one, but a possible overtake zone. I think it was on turn 7, and they just weren't picking up the debris, and a lot of drivers were having to literally like avoid it because it was carbon fiber. It was sharp. It could have punctured their tire easily. So that was weird, and that's not the first. It's not the last incident of the race where IndyCar was taking their time to throw some flags. This is a common theme with IndyCar. We see it a lot.
Yeah.
With some of how quickly they get flags out. But it happened again.
Yeah.
With Mr. Alexander Rossi. Do you want to talk through that?
Yeah. So Alex stopped on the main straight because of an issue with his hybrid.
Yeah.
His car stopped working, and
almost immediately in front of almost immediately after the start finish line.
Yeah. And he was on the side of the pit boxes. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's necessary for context. And drivers were pitting.
Yeah.
So they threw out a local yellow flag, which is not a full course yellow. And there was still on Alex's left cars driving at top speed down the main straight. And no, they're not driving Indy 500 level speed. They're still driving really fast.
Yeah.
If he gets hit by someone, if someone makes a mistake and goes off and hits him, he is a sitting duck.
Yeah.
Truly, in that moment, it's horrible. If a full course caution should have been called. There should have been people there immediately making sure he could safely get out of his car, and there were not. He was obviously, you're terrified in the moment. He is getting himself out of the car. Like, you see him take off his steering wheel. He is like, the officials are right there, or some of the officials are right there. The guys with the flags are right there. He is looking up at them, literally begging for a flag, like, so literally, he can safely get out.
Like, throwing his hands up, being like, "What are we? Like, what are you doing? Why are you not calling this?" And he got fed up enough. He's like, "I'm just gonna get out myself then."
And he was right. Luckily, he was like right on that side. He jumped out on his own. Once again, gestured to them like, "What are we doing?" And he hopped over the wall safely. Like, everything, he was safe, thank God. But like, that is like, that's avoidable. It's so easily avoidable. And in the future, somebody might not be that lucky.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And a lot of people are like kind of thinking that they didn't throw the full course caution because there were people pitting, and there were like people because of pits.
Yeah.
So,
but at the end of the day, like, the point of the flags are for safety.
No, safety matters more than that. There could have been some confusion, and
yeah,
I don't know. It's so annoying.
Yeah, and again, it definitely should have been a full course yellow, and the flags were called. But that, like, obviously, again, priority is Kyle's safety, getting out of the car.
Alexander Rossi's safety.
Sorry, why did I say Kyle?
I don't know.
Well, I'm about to talk about Kyle. That's why. Alex's safety is the most important. Hopping over the wall, getting across the pit lanes. He got to his box safely. Everything was fine, and it should have been called, but it also just led to a lot of confusion with the drivers.
Yeah, for sure.
Because they didn't immediately call the full course yellow for something that should have been called a full course yellow, a lot of the teams that did pit, or it basically threw off all of the pit strategy.
Yeah.
Alex Palou and Kyle Kirkwood in second were first and second of the race.
Yes.
They pit, basically it caused them to pit after everybody else, which could have, and really actually did, lose them the race. And it completely ruined their strategy. And that just happens sometimes. It's just racing. It's an Indycar. It's any racing. Pit strategy is everything. But it completely ruined their race. They, at the restart, because of their pit cycle, they started in the back of the grid, essentially. And even during the press conference afterwards, I forget who it was, one of them were talking, and they were like, it kind of feels nice that in all other situations like this, it always feels like Alex, the number 10 car, its strategy just happens to work in their favor, and it like pays off for them in the end. And this is the one time that like it caught up to them. And I do truly, it was unlucky. It was nothing that the number 10 car, Alex Palou or his team did, or Kyle Kirkwood or his team, in that situation. But yeah, it was unfortunate. So then Alex and Kyle were all the way in the back and had to basically just scoot all the way up.
Okay, I will say I had a lot of fun watching them do that, though.
It was special.
It was because it was them passing drivers, but also it like felt like a little bit of a cat and mouse, because it'd be like, oh, Kyle passed someone, like, okay, here comes Alex passing someone too. Like, that was fun. I had a lot of fun watching that.
Yes, it was so fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Because at this point, again, like, Kyle was in front of Alex.
Yes.
And like you said, like, Kyle they would get like a car or two between them, and then Alex would like be right behind him again, and then they'd get another car or two between them, and Alex would be right behind him again. And for a while, it was like looking like they were going to be able to work their way up near the front, maybe if not podium contention.
Yeah.
But it was at the time Kyle in front.
Yes.
The next thing, well, okay, before we get to the other thing that kind of changed that, is something else happened. We're bringing back the Morgan Wallen car.
Okay, yeah, let's talk about it again.
Felix, and this is not Felix's fault, this situation, but he gets caught up in another incident, and this one it's with Stingray Robb and Kiffin Simpson, and it was Stingray Robb's fault. But essentially, Stingray Robb bumps into Nolan Siegel, or him and Nolan Siegel make contact. Stingray Robb bumps into Kiffin. Kiffin bumps into Felix. It's like bowling balls. And Felix's like back wheel, it's like the classic, like you roll, the tires hit, the rollover hit or whatever. Felix goes in the air. And it was funny watching it because it was one of those situations where it was like a cut and you just see the car, and like the whole media room was like, oh, yeah. And he gets in the air. He's fine, but obviously, like, the car is damaged from it. And all in all, like, Felix just had a really unfortunate weekend. And I do feel bad for him. The first one was, on him, but the second one definitely wasn't. But he he didn't have a very good weekend. So everyone was okay though.
Yeah,
which is the most important part. Again,
should we talk about?
Yeah,
we gotta address the elephant in the room.
So going back, we said Kyle was in front of Alex.
Okay. For a long time, we've all been talking about it. And we've been talking about the Andretti pit stops.
Something's gotta change.
Something has got to give.
At this point, it's been years of having a reputation of having bad pit stops in crucial moments of the race.
And it's not one singular consistent issue, it seems.
No, it's always a different tire. Yeah. It's always a different car. Last year it was always Colton Herta. This year it's sometimes, Marcus, sometimes Will. A lot of times it's Will's car. Sometimes it's Kyle's car.
Alex and Kyle come into pit at the same time, and this is they came in at the same time, right?
Yep.
This is a race to pit. Okay? What team is going to be able to do it best? And Andretti kind of failed that test.
Yeah, the wheel gun, I guess, looked like it got messed up.
Yeah.
For the front right tire, and it was the front right?
I believe so, yes.
And it just completely ruined Kyle's pit stop. He came out after Alex, and at that point, he was just trying to like get as much points as he can.
Yeah.
Like Alex passed him. They still weren't near the podium contention yet. I think he was just trying to race his own race at that point, moving on. But it was pretty unfortunate. But unfortunate for Andretti.
With Kyle and Alex back there.
Oh, yeah?
Who was up front?
David Malukas.
David Malukas was.
And it was looking like David Malukas was going to bring home the win.
David was looking very, very strong. It was David Malukas followed by Christian Lundgaard and
Graham Rahal.
Yes, thank you. David was looking so strong. Christian, that overtake was so good. It was beautiful, and they were side by side for a little bit too, so I was scared.
Yeah, I was getting a little nervous.
But eventually, Christian Lundgaard does overtake David Malukas, and he hangs on to the lead. Honestly, I feel like David was in very good spirits.
Yeah, he was. So in the press conference after getting out of the car and everything, I think he knew he raced really well that day.
Yeah.
They had a really strong car, and I think it makes him feel more confident going into the Indy 500 weekend.
For sure.
That he was able to take those W's away and be like, okay, I'm on the podium.
Yeah.
I feel good for the next couple of weeks. I'm okay.
Yeah.
It really was unfortunate because he was so close to getting that win, which he definitely needed. But happy for Christian though. It's his first win with Arrow McLaren.
Yeah.
He's won once before, but it's been a while, so it's his second win, I guess.
Yeah.
But his first with Arrow McLaren, and he was happy. So
yeah, he was happy. Good. Yeah. So it did. I guess I kind of jumped the gun a bit. It did end with Christian winning, David in second, and Graham in third.
Fun podium.
Yeah.
David Letterman was up there.
Oh my gosh, we were standing. We had kind of like a bird's eye view of this. David Letterman, the podium at IMS is elevated, and there's steps for photographers to walk up, and there's a little platform, I guess, that photographers stand on. David Letterman, I watched somebody walk up and then point up and then get access granted. Someone was like, yes, you can go. And I was like, wow, I wonder who that is. David Letterman. He just climbed the steps to go stand next to the photographers, and then all of a sudden I see somebody go. It was after or right before the champagne.
Also, just for some context, if you aren't familiar, David Letterman is part owner of RLL, which is Graham's team.
Rahal.
Letterman, Lanigan.
Yeah.
Which is why he's there at all. If you didn't know that, you'd be like, what? And why was David Letterman there? Did I miss a chapter? Yeah, that's why he was there. His driver was on the podium, and also Christian Lundgaard, who used to be on his team.
Yeah.
Christian's first one was with RLL. Right? Was with RLL? Or was it with a different team?
Yeah.
Okay. So obviously, he was gonna be there, but continue.
Well, and then somebody comes over before the champagne, I believe. And the girl who like gives the hats in IndyCar, like you'll see her on the TV at the podium all the time. She is like talking to him, and then all of a sudden he is being just hoisted up onto the podium stage. It was really cute. One of the Era McLaren photographers like helped him get up. It was like watching it, I was like, oh, that's sweet. It was funny though.
Yeah.
So then he was up there. It was fun like watching it from that little bird's eye view angle we had.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also had a great angle
Oh my gosh,
for the podium celebrations.
So the podium is there, and again, it's elevated, and there's not like fans right in front of them. They're kind of like to the side and a little bit farther away.
Yeah.
It's really a podium setup that the people with the best view are the people that are in the grandstands across the street, the track. So normally like drivers like spray the crowd with champagne, spray each other with champagne, but they can't really spray the crowd from the front of the podium. So I guess they had like
when they talked about this, I don't know.
It must have been a pretty quick decision, but all of a sudden, like right when they would start throwing champagne, they all just grab their bottles and run to behind the podium. And we're like, me and Gracie were like kind of like we were like on a top level or whatever on one side where we could see the front of the podium. And we saw them starting running with the balls. And we're like, we whipped our phones out to our cameras and ran to the other side to make sure we got footage of it, which we did, thank goodness. And they ran to the back where the crowd was forming, basically.
Yeah.
And just absolutely sprayed the crowd from like up above with champagne. Like it was like champagne showers everywhere. It was hilarious because there were kids in the crowd. And the funniest part of it is in the video that we got, you see them spraying the crowd with champagne, and you see a little kid absolutely having the time of his life. He's jumping up and down being like, more champagne! Like, it was like crazy. I was like, that kid's gonna go to school and have the best like, what did you do this weekend story.
Yeah, for sure.
He was living his best life. But it was really cute, and it is like it feels more special because like Indy GP does truly feel like a race for the fans.
Yes,
like
absolutely.
There are some races that, and we see this with every racing series, like it's almost like thinking of like Miami and Vegas versus COTA. Like some of them are just like COTA's for the fans. It's for people that truly just love good racing and therefore the racecraft and all of that. And it's similar, like obviously the Indy 500 has amazing racing, but it's so like commercialized, where like Indy GP, it truly is like, if you're a hardcore IndyCar fan, like that's one that you like, it's a special one to go
like
to.
A lot of locals in the area are there too, like a lot of locals, like, easy, to go.
So it feels special that they're like celebrating the fans that way at the race. It was fun though.
It was very cute.
Good fun.
That was like a great race.
It was a really good race. It was a really good race. It was our first IndyCar race of the year, and it was an exciting one.
Very exciting.
Yeah,
I had a ton of fun. Excited to be back this weekend.
I'm so excited to be back this weekend.
So this weekend in IndyCar, well, first of all, on Tuesday, practices start for IndyCar. Practices start for the Indy 500.
Yes.
So
if you're listening to this on the day it comes out, it starts tomorrow.
Yes.
Practices.
This weekend, May 16th and 17th is qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
So should we talk about the way qualifying works real quick?
Yeah.
Okay. So how qualifying works is each driver, literally, you're drawing out of a hat.
Mm-hmm.
You're picking what number and when you're going to qualify. And then it's how all oval qualifying works. You go out, warm up, go twice, set your pace, and then that's, where you're going to lay. Each driver has the opportunity to go when they're selected, 1 through 33. There's then time at the end.
Mm-hmm.
And then they can run again. And so, like, say if something happens and, like, I don't know, maybe you have an issue with your car and you can't go in your time slot, there is more time at the end to run again. But you get the time that you get on your last run.
Right.
So, like, if you have if you have a really good run your first time, you're not going again.
Right.
So if you go a second time, that's what you're stuck with.
Yeah. So if you crash in the second time, but you had an okay lap, like you just ruined it for yourself.
Yeah.
So it's not like often that teams like go and just try again. It's mostly for drivers who like maybe they crashed on their first one, or they had, like you said, like a car issue or whatever the case may be. So that's why you would go again, basically.
Yeah. And then so then all the drivers will go on Saturday. On Sunday, the top 12.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, the top 12 drivers, they run. And then the top 6 is decided and they run again qualifying wise to try to get pole position for the Indy 500.
Yep.
And Sunday is when we will be at the track.
Yes.
So we will be getting boots on the ground journalism for you guys.
Boots on the ground journalism to be able to watch qualifying. Typically, if there's more than 33 entries, then we would have bump day as well.
Yes.
I don't know if they still, it's always called bump day. I don't know if they'll still call it bump day because there's no bumping involved. But if there were to be more than 33 drivers, then basically the last, like, I think however many left over would get like a last chance basically. And say, like, last year I think there were 4 over the 33 entries, and or I guess 4 over the 32, and then all the least or the slowest 4 basically did another qualifying to see if they could get that final spot. But because there's not the need for that this year, I guess I just won't do that part.
We'll
Who
got bumped last year? Was it Jacob Abel?
Yeah.
And then the year before,
L's up for Jacob Abel. He's from Louisville, like I am.
The year before was Nolan Siegel, and now he has a full-time IndyCar seat. Like, it's kind of crazy how the tides turn. You know what I mean?
Tides turn.
And then right after Nolan Siegel, not right after, a couple of weeks later, Nolan Siegel then went on to win Le Mans. So, like, motorsport is just kind of so beautiful.
Motorsport's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so we'll be at the track on Sunday. I feel like I said Sunday weird, sorry.
Sunday. We'll be there Sunday. I'm so excited. We have some friends that are going to be there as well, so we're going to meet up with them. Yeah. And then we're just doing a day trip on Sunday, but then after that, we'll be there for, like we said, the full weekend of the Indy 500. I'm so excited for you to experience Carb Day.
Oh my gosh,
I had so much fun on Carb Day.
I can't wait to be there for the
Indy 500. Yeah, let's not forget about that.
Should they do a Indy 500 press conference after?
They should. They really should.
Wait. I thought of this idea. I don't know how. I actually was thinking about how, like, I'm excited to watch the Indy 500. And then this was before I even saw Indy 500 merch. They should make giant hats similar to, like, the Duracell big battery hats. And it's just a hot dog or a hot dog truck.
I feel like they do.
Wait, do they? Oh, was that not an original thought? That's so upsetting.
Well, I don't know. I feel like, I mean, maybe it's just such a good thought that, like, I'm like, well, surely it exists. I feel like I saw some people wearing them last year.
Okay, shoot. If that was an original
hot dog hats.
If that wasn't an original thought, I'm sorry.
It's a great thought. We'll
claim it. Yeah. No, that was all mine. Celine is doing research to see if I had an original thought or not.
Hot dog hats. Oops. Well, if I could type. No, I'm not seeing any footage of it, any video evidence. So, oh wait, there's one, but that looks AI.
No, I want no AI.
I think that was an original thought.
Yes.
So, do we have to make them ourselves?
I'm not that crafty.
I think you could do it.
Oh my god, thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah. But yeah, we'll be there for the Indy 500 and the full weekend. So.
If you're, like, even debating, should I watch qualifying? Like, yes. The first year I will never get over just, like, and I'm not even at the track. Like, I was just watching from home. Also qualifying weekend falls on my birthday every year.
Yes.
So the past couple years I've been watching qualifying weekend while getting ready for my birthday. So it's kind of fun. Like the nerves and adrenaline just from watching, like, I don't know how these drivers do it. Obviously, like, this is their whole life, kind of what they've been waiting to do. It is just so much fun to watch.
It happens. So qualifying on Saturday starts at 11 a.m.
Yep.
And then there's a practice session in the morning as well. And then on Sunday we get, there is. Okay. Sunday there is top 12 qualifying starts at 4 p.m.
Okay.
Last chance qualifying, so like the bump day part, I guess they are doing it in some aspect, and that's at 5:15 p.m.
Okay.
And then the Firestone Fast 6 qualifying is at 6:25. So
sorry, are there 34 entries?
I don't know. I thought there were only 33, but I don't know how they're structuring it. So,
gosh,
we'll see. We are going to make a full schedule though. Normally we put it out on like Wednesday to make sure we're catching any like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday stuff. But because practice starts so early, I'm going to attempt to make one that covers Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Woo!
I might have to split it into 2 pages depending on what else is going on. I don't remember what else is happening. I don't think much. I mean, for qualifying weekend, there's no F1. Obviously, there'll be like NASCAR and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think there's any IMSA, so maybe I'll be fine.
Yeah,
I should be fine.
Okay, so this was our episode for this week, talking all about the Indy GP. We will see you next week on Monday to talk all about qualifying and the practice sessions. I'm sure so much is going to come from practices and qualifying and everything. So yeah, we'll have that episode for you, and then it'll be Indy 500 weekend.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, absolutely. So pumped.
Excited. Yeah, then the episode next week will probably be a day late because we'll be at the track on Sunday.
Oh, yes.
Until late. So expect the episode to come out on Tuesday rather than Monday, but we will be keeping you up to date all weekend. It's also Gracie's birthday weekend, so make sure you tell Gracie happy birthday on Saturday. We'll be watching qualifying from home on Saturday. Yeah. But we'll be updating on TikTok, on Instagram constantly, so make sure you go follow us there.
If anybody saw me make that face earlier, it's because I just realized I'm gonna have to drive home in the night again.
Yeah, and guys, you're driving too.
I know, it's okay. I'll be okay. I'm not gonna get us lost on back roads.
We got so lost.
Okay, so the first time I did just miss my exit and it rerouted us through back roads, and that was like fine. We weren't lost, but the back roads were small and there's no lights. Indiana, even on your highways, there's no lights. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I couldn't see. That was like a little stressful, but it's fine. And then the second time we did stop off to get some food on the way home, and I did get us lost that time.
Yeah. We also ordered a Big Mac, and they didn't give us the meat patties. They gave us everything but the meat patties. We had to go back through. Gracie was so brave because I was like, we're going back to get our meat patties. And Gracie's like, I have to go and ask them at the drive-thru. I'm like, you're going to have to do it. You're driving. You have to do this. We did get our meat patties. Don't worry, guys.
I pull up and they go, using a mobile order. I said, no. And he goes, okay, can I get for you? And I go, hi, me again, by the way. I got those 2 Big Macs. There was no patties. And he goes, there's no meat on them. I said, no, sir.
No meat.
And I had already taken a bite of mine, so they had to fully remake me a burger.
Yeah, it was fine.
No, it was
got
home
so
safely.
Yeah, we'll be getting home quite late next Sunday as well. So
yeah, we will. That's okay.
It's okay. All right. Yeah. Thanks for listening.
I was gonna stop, and then I realized it could have just been more fun if we were just in sync.
Let's try again.
Okay. Oh no, I can't.
Okay, ready.
You take it away.
Thanks for listening. It was kind of scary.
It was really scary.
All right. See you next week. Bye.